Hare Krishna. Once, grandfather of Vyasdev, he realized that he has become, old and invalid. He realized that I can die at any moment. So he thought, why I cannot become immortal in this body? How can I surpass the death? Because I am very fearful of death. I don't want to face the death. Death is very cruel. It will snatch my body from me. So he went to his grandson Vyasdev. He told him, my dear grandson, please do something. I am very fearful of death. I don't want to face the death. Please do something. And then he told, it's not possible, my dear grandfather, because it is said that Jatasahi dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. One who has taken a birth, he has to die. Death takes birth with the birth of the person. So death has already taken birth. So you have to die. But he told, you are the Supreme Lord. You are the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Please do something. So he told, okay, we'll ask the Yamraj, who is the superintendent of the death. So both went to the Yamraj in his abode, and then the grandfather started asking the Yamraj, please do something. I am very fearful of death. I don't want to die. I want to become immortal. I want to remain immortal. What to do? Then Yamraj told, actually I am also not the controller. I get the orders from superior and I just carry out the instruction. They tell me to pick up some soul from the material world. I pick up and I reward them accordingly. If they are destined to suffer, I put them into the hell. If they are destined to, enjoy into the heaven, I reward them. So I am not the controller actually. So then he asked, then who is the controller? Then he told that Mahakal Purusha, the personification of the time, is the controller. Let's ask him. So then all three, the Yamraj, Vyasdev and the grandfather, started walking towards the Mahakal Purusha. They reached the Mahakal Purusha's abode and they started asking, what can we do to avoid my grandfather's death? And Mahakal Purusha told, actually, I also don't interfere into so much of this birth and death. So it is actually destined according to the destiny of the person. So if he is destined to live long, to live more, to remain immortal, then he remains. I just basically giving the fruits of their own karmas. I am not the superintendent of the death. They are living their life according to their karma. They are dying according to their karma. So then the grandfather asked, then how I will know my karma? What is my karma? How I will know that I am immortal or mortal or when I am going to die? How to know this? Then he told, you have to ask the Chitragupta. So then the Chitragupta was called. It is all the files. So then grandfather told, search my file. I want to know. Then Chitragupta started searching his name and he found out the details. And Chitragupta was happy to tell that grandfather is immortal. He is not going to die in this life. And grandfather was happy. The Vyasdev started congratulating him. And all were happy. Chitragupta saw the star condition there. He told that the conditions apply. Wait. It is written here that unless and until Yamraj, Mahakal Purusha, Vyasdev comes together to inquire about the death of the grandfather, till that time he is immortal. But as soon as they come together to inquire about that, he will die. And as soon as he finished the sentence, grandfather died on the spot. What lesson we can learn from the story? That all of us, we try to protect ourselves from the cruel hands of death, but we utterly fail. In fact, the Ravana, he also tried so many ways to become immortal. He wanted to build a staircase towards the heaven, but he was failed. Nobody is eternal, immortal, right, in this mortal world. So we see that today's modern society, today's modern education is keeping people unaware of the fact that they are going to die one day. Neither they teach that how to transcend this death, how to avoid this death. They think that by neglecting and by ignoring such topics, we can fool the death. But no, it's not that. Death, the personification of death, they are not going to leave any one of us, right? So if we turn to the spiritual knowledge, we realize that the death is not for us, the death is for our body, right? And we are not the body, right? So Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumara yavvanam jara tatha dehantara prapte dhiras tatra na muhyati. So Krishna explains that become a dhira, become a sober person. So he gives the example, just like when soul passes from the body of the child to the body of the youth, from the body of the youth to the body of the adult, from the body of the adult to the aged person or old person. Similarly, at the time of death, the soul passes from one body to another body. Just like the soul was passing from the body of the youth to the body of the adult, similarly at the time of death, the soul is passing from the one body to another body. So sober person understands this and he doesn't get bewildered. So Krishna is telling, you take this knowledge. So when we understand the spiritual knowledge, when we understand our real identity as the soul, then we don't get so much disturbed by death or something like that. Krishna gives the second example, that vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnani naroprani. He explains, just like when the clothes gets dirty, we change the clothes, right? There is no issue in changing the clothes. We don't make a big issue while changing the clothes. So similarly, when the soul, when the body gets tired, when the body gets invalid, when the body gets old, soul changes the body. And what's the big deal in that? So rather than focusing on the death, which anyways no one focuses, right? Our modern education system doesn't teach us. Basically they ignore us about the death. So although but even somebody is thinking about death is not going to become successful. If you want to become successful in in the matters of a death, in matters of subduing the death, in the matter of surpassing the death, the matter of transcending the death, you must follow the instruction of Krishna. Krishna explains in the 8th chapter of the Gita. He tells, Antakale chamamevam smaran uktva kalevaram yaha prayati samadbhavam yati natastra samshayaha. So Krishna tells that whoever remembers me at the point of death, he attains to my nature. So rather than focusing on the death and cruelty of the death, we should focus on the holy name of Krishna, on Krishna's beauty, Krishna's paraphernalia, Krishna's creation. By that, at the point of time of death, we will remember Krishna and we will attain to his nature, we will attain to his eternal kingdom, that is spiritual world, which is always blissful and full with knowledge. So the conclusion is that don't try to run away from the death. More we run away from the death, that will more close to us, more will be close to us, because nobody can escape from the clutches of the death. So better practice the devotional service in a sincere way, so that we can transcend the death and we can become free from the cycle of and the clutches of birth and death. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.